Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pain.
Glass Doctor is a proud supporter of Long Beach schools. Call Glass Doctor for all your home, auto, and business glass needs.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh yeah!
Help support Long Beach School District's Bearcat Broadcast Network Student Production Program. Use code 1622 to get $3 off of Rosalie Station's Best Car Wash, regularly $18, with code now only $15, while supporting our BBN students of LBTV, LBMTV, and HMETV. Rosalie Station is located at 96 Jeff Davis Avenue. So get a discount and support your Bearcat Broadcast Network. Again, code 1622. Thank you for supporting your Long Beach Bearcat Broadcast Network. Go Bearcats!
Do you know that as a Long Beach High School student, you are eligible for a membership at Keesler Federal Credit Union? Keesler Federal is more than a bank. It's a credit union and a not-for-profit financial cooperative. This means you share in the ownership. We work to help you prosper, not investors. Keesler Federal offers a wide variety of financial products and services, great rates and extra benefits, such as free checking and savings account, free online and mobile banking, and an annual savings contest. So come in with a parent and talk to one of our friendly team members about what Keesler Federal can do for you. When you join, you are a member for life, and we will be there for every step of your financial journey. Going the extra mile for our members since 1947, Keesler Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a customer, you are family.
Welcome to the Coaches Show. Here with Coach Jacob Massey, along with Tim Delaney. He's our color commentator on the broadcast, on the football, and I'm Tony McGill. Got to do the play-by-play. Getting a lot of great responses. The community's excited about our football team. We talk about it every week, but I don't care where I go. They're talking about Bearcat football. And we had a rough time Friday night. We did. We played a good football team. And I don't know if I even should say this kind of stuff, but we were kind of outmanned and outsized. Yeah. And they had a running back that it took 11
tailback
people.
was better than you made him out to be good last week, but he was better than even that.
He's a special type of player that probably doesn't come around a lot, at some of these smaller schools, and I think he's going to have a chance to play some college ball somewhere.
Absolutely.
And if he doesn't, it'll be a crying shame.
Yeah.
But I thought, we won 2 out of the 3 phases of the game. I thought special teams was great.
Yes.
Our kickoff team, Cordarius Fairley, had a huge play inside the 10. Allen's doing a phenomenal job kicking off.
Amazing.
Giving our defense a really good chance to get stops and whatnot. And then, our offense played well. I think Will Brady was the player of the game. He had over 300 yards of total offense by himself, 3 touchdown passes. Played very well. Junior had a good game. Taj had a good game. Dre had a good game. but it came down to possessions, and we lost by 2 possessions, and we turned the ball over on their side of the field. We're trying to go in there to score, throw the pick right there, trying to be aggressive, take a shot, and they ended up intercepting. And then the first drive we had to punt, so there's your 2 possessions right there. So we were able to get an onside kick. But at the end of the day, Purvis, we just couldn't get them off the field, and that was the issue.
And we talked about it during the broadcast. You've got the perfect offense to keep the ball out of the defense's hands, keep it out of their hand or their offense off the field, and you grind and grind 3-4 yards per carry, and it's ideal for our type of football, and I like that.
Well, and I think that's what you're going to start seeing is the way that our offense has played the last 2 games. We scored 36 against the Bay, and then we scored 34 the other night. People are going to start trying to play keep away from our offense, and I think that's what you saw. Coach Hankins did a phenomenal job the other night. He was snapping that thing with like 3 seconds left on the play clock.
Absolutely.
And then whenever you're able to run the ball, it felt like the other night that we were just running out of time, and that was even in the first half. We just felt like our offense had limited possessions, which they did. But when we did get the ball, we were able to move it and go score. So
we thought you were actually going to make that comeback because it looked like the game was out of hand, and then all of a sudden, bang, you're right back in it, and you're 1 possession from being right there on top. But,
well, and like I said, it goes back into the first half. Those 2 offensive possessions, we punted our first possession, and then we threw a pick. I don't know if it was second or third possession. I can't remember. But and Dre had that guy beat deep. The backside corner came in, and very rarely do you see a cover 3 corner come
all the way across
the field to pick off a post.
And Delaney saw that. He broadcasted
Well, it looked like,
he said
I don't know if somebody busted a route or what, because it looked like he had 2 posts coming at the same time.
SJ runs a dig, and then he runs a post, and we're just trying to high-low that middle of the field safety.
But he brought that corner with him.
He brought that corner with him, and that's just, we talked about that. Like right after it happened, we're like, we should have had him or run him on a corner just to pull him. If we're just trying to throw the post, which is what we're trying to do off of our outside veer, then there's no reason for SJ to run that dig.
Is that the first time I've seen play action off the veer?
Except
the dump. The dump don't count. Yeah. The front side and backside post is a deadly play.
It is, and we just have not been very good at it the last 2 years throwing the post. I don't think we've completed it in a game yet. That's just not kind of what we're good at. So, but the tight end dump off the veer is pretty deadly. So
I love it.
And there's a lot of things that we could talk about, but this goes on the air before the football game, and I don't know what opponents look and watch and all that.
Think they're scouting you, Tony?
Well, yeah, definitely.
What's Tony going to give away this week?
Not you two. I couldn't touch that whiteboard with you two. That's my favorite part of the show. But you don't know what they're doing, and I'm just going to make a small comment. We had a little rough time on the edge on defense. And,
well, I don't think that's going to be a secret, Tony. So
no, and I said that in the broadcast. The other teams are going to see this, and so we have to make that adjustment. And I know y'all have worked on it.
Yeah, we have. I mean, that's been a major focus this week because I worked with those guys for a year, so I know what they like to do, what they want to run, and
talking about pedal,
and I think that's I would, and I think they are too. They're going to come down here. I got several text messages Sunday night from guys up there, and they're very impressed with how much we've improved from year to year. So they're going to try to exploit, and they're going to come down here and play. The last thing that they want is to come down here and have Long Beach put on a showing against Pedal. So they're going to have their guys coached up. They're going to be very well coached. There's no doubt about it. They're good. They're a really good football team.
Three wins, 1 loss.
Yep, I think they're going to have a chance to make the playoffs for the first time in 3 or 4 years there. Just kind of looking at their division, I hadn't seen Oak Grove play, but it looks like they may be a little down this year. Yeah. I don't think Pearl's near as good. Northwest Rankin's not near as good.
Hattiesburg's 4-0.
Hattiesburg's 4-0, and Hattiesburg beat Pedal, first game of the year. So,
that's their long loss. I think they beat St. Martin, Hancock,
Columbia.
And Columbia.
Yeah, three
Columbia
pretty good
went
teams,
to the state championship last year. So they're a good football team.
They are. They're a really good football team. outside of Hattiesburg, Columbia's played them closer than anybody else. And they've got some pretty good athletes. But there's a reason Coach Bowles is in the Hall of Fame. He's a good football coach, and he's going to have his kids ready to play.
It's a storied program.
It is.
So every week they're going to come out and play hard because
That's right.
It's one of those kind of programs.
Now, I know that they're coming here, but we were there last year in Petal, and probably as nice a facility.
I don't think you're going to see a better one.
Pretty impressive.
In
It
Mississippi
was like
for sure.
Gulf Coast Community College, and they didn't have an elevator to the press box. That was one of them walk 28 stairs and sit, but they had bathrooms. They had our private booth, and it was really cool to see their facilities, to see the tailgate tents. I know we're big on that, and it exploded the other night.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get off football, but I want to mention real quick, because this drives Coach Delaney nuts that I talk about the cheerleaders and the fans and the band, but that's part of the coaching show. The experience that you'll get when you're in Lumpkin McGee Stadium. But during the broadcast, I said, Kenny, turn that camera around and get a shot of that tailgate, and he did. And they were watching us on TV down there. They started waving at us.
I think it's fixing to get to a point where each one of those tents are going to try to one up the other, and they're going to have a little competition down there, which is good. We want that to
Shelby
grow.
and Crystal Valentine's got that. And do you have any extra camping lights? And do we need to bring our own generator? Can we bring a TV?
Dr. Locke pulled out the big guns for this game.
Oh, she pulled it out. Yeah,
It was an impressive show.
Yeah, we went down there during the homecoming festivities. What do you call it? The ceremony.
Yeah.
And we went down and grabbed us a bite to eat down there. Dr. Locke invited us down, so we were able to go down and talk and mingle. And some of the school board came back up to the press box to see our setup, to see the 4 monitors and the computers, and how far we've come with Kenny Triplett Productions.
Making it work.
But we've got a lot of people that was excited. It was an exciting homecoming. We fell a little short.
Yeah.
Made a big comeback. No one left the stadium. They stayed to the end, and the community still talking.
Well,
about
and I want to win just as much as anybody. But one thing that I'm most proud of is I don't think our kids have ever quit. I don't think they didn't quit the other night. They played tooth and nail as long as they possibly could. Junior, had to come off the field because he was a little dehydrated and had some issues. You had Jaden Scott that got beat up a little bit. Dre was beat up a little bit, but they played until they couldn't play anymore. And then the next man up, and those guys played well. Like Rashad had to come in and fill in for Dre and SJ, at wide receiver, and
did a good job.
Hadn't had a lot of reps at it, and came in and caught some really important balls that helped us to kind of matriculate the ball down the field. So
Stepped out of bounds, caught the ball, stepped out of bounds one time, and stopped
I'm
the
just
clock.
really proud of how our kids competed and fought the other night.
Well, I mentioned, and Coach Delaney and I was talking about it. And I've been in this, and I say this every show. This is my 37th year. I bet you it's been 25 years since we had a team that's conditioned as well as this team. The weight room, they run. And if you get in trouble, you roll.
That's right.
There's discipline, and it's paying off.
Well, and
We're turning the curve.
I'm still considered a young coach. As far as a head coach is concerned, I've only got 3 years in. I'm still very young as far as this profession and the guys that we're coaching against. But I learned a valuable lesson last year against past Christian. I think that us being out of shape lost us that ball game, and we made sure that was not going to be an issue this year. And the kids hated it, but I think that they're seeing the benefits of why we did what we did, and they're able. You're looking at Dre and SJ. And some of those guys, they're not coming off the field.
That's right.
Like, they're playing special teams.
That's right.
They're running down on kickoff. Then they're having to come back and play defense. And then they're having to turn around, return a punt. And then they're having to line up at wideout. So, they're probably getting, 100,000 steps on Friday night.
Yeah.
But they've done well with it. And, they're going to just continue to get in better shape the more games that we play. And, I'm super proud of their effort. We fell short, didn't make the plays that we needed to make. We made those plays against the Bay. We just couldn't make them against Purvis, and 4 had a lot to do with that.
Well, Well, here's what I see, Tony, as far as the progress of the program. Simple things that old ball coaches notice. Even when you're down, that your team runs off the field and runs onto the
That's
field.
right.
And people, you just don't realize how important that is
that's right.
for as far as your momentum and as far as your mindset. Before we used to walk them, I mean, they were like old ladies coming off the field with walkers. It'd take forever.
We'd almost laugh. Well, we would laugh
We
at
do.
it
We
from the
talked
booth.
about it, but I mean, it's just a symbol
They
of your
wiped
program.
out, yeah.
That your kids
Hustle.
If they're going to do that,
Yeah.
then they're going to do everything else.
Well, I think
and they're made to do that in practice.
They are.
Yeah,
I watch
sure,
the practice,
sure.
and they're running on and off.
And that's
they're
one
breaking
thing-
out of the huddle. They're going running to the line of scrimmage.
And that's not a credit to me. That's a credit to our assistant coaches. They're the ones that enforce that.
you don't
know,
think Olson would enforce that, do you?
No, he does. But they all do a phenomenal job.
I know they
as,
do. That's
as far
right.
as enforcing that, and I think it's a credit to our assistant coaches. They care about this program. They care about these kids, and everybody in this program is held accountable. From me on all the way down, and I think as you're seeing it, but Tim, you're right. That's a credit to our program, but it's because I think that these kids, they care. They care about this program. They care about. I don't know what it was like before I got here, but we've got a bunch of kids, that care about their brothers, this team. They care about us as coaches, and they want to win. And I think it has a lot to do with just simply caring.
They always say if you do the little things right,
Yeah.
the big things will take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And those are little things that coaches notice.
Yeah.
People in the stands notice.
Well, they're taking pride in what they're
That's
doing
it.
right now, and
That's it.
not only the coaching staff, but the kids. And how do you know that? Your players last year are all over the stadium. They're trying to get on the sideline,
Yeah.
and some of them make it.
Hanging on the
Others are
fence,
being
talking
turned
to their
around.
mamas and all. It's not a good situation.
They're proud.
Yeah.
They were part of this program, and they see it too. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a short break.
How's the health of the team, Coach? I wanted to get
Yeah.
that in. prior to I know you had some guys that were down, and Junior was down, and guys were tired.
Jaden is going to be a week by week deal. Junior's probably going to be a game time decision.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was a little concerned about Dre. He had a turf toe injury that he had last year. But he's done fairly well at practice this week. It's been a little tender. But for
Things
the
never
most
seem
part,
to go away.
they don't. That's going to be a nagging deal, and Dre's done a good job of managing and kind of practicing and playing through that. But outside of that, we're holding up fairly well. I know they're late towards the game. It caused us some issues, but I don't think that they were as serious as I had feared.
As they
on
looked
Sunday.
from the
Mhm.
Right.
Dre had to come out for a little bit because and it was just so late. By the time Jeannie got his turf toe taped up, we just didn't put him back in the ball game.
Yeah.
But Junior gave us a pretty good scare Friday night just with his dehydration and his heat stroke. But I think he's going to be fine. He's been at practice. Made him dress out. He just hasn't done anything yet.
You're gonna have to chain him up to keep him out of that game.
I think so.
promise you
Same
that.
thing.
That boy is
Same
not
thing.
going to come out that game.
I think so too. He was when they brought him in here in the locker room. He was like, "I'm ready to go back out there." They're like, "No, you ain't going back out there." So, he enjoys scoring touchdowns and racking up
Just
yards.
likes the game.
He does. And like I said, like they're all like that. I'm gonna tell you one kid that has done a phenomenal job, and he's kind of takes a back seat to Junior is Taj. He's just had
That's right.
the last 2 weeks blocking, and it is a thankless job.
Yep.
But he has done a phenomenal job.
does.
We've
And-
called it on
He
Friday
plays
night.
hard.
Well,
we see
we're seeing it,
We
Coach.
see it.
And
We're
he
seeing it.
cares. He cares about Junior. And I think that just kind of is the mark of our team right now. Is you've got some guys that are having some real selfless moments. But we'd like to turn around and hand it to him too. So,
Oh, yeah.
He's a good hard runner.
He takes the pile with him.
he does, and I think he had 12 carries for 60 yards Friday night, and that's 5 yards a carry.
Take
But
that
it's
every
like
game.
when you got Junior and he's getting 10 carries for 100 yards,
Right.
he's our game buster. I think everybody knows that. I don't think that's going to be a secret, and he's our home run hitter. But I think we're a little bit different than we were last year. We can throw the football a little bit better. I think we've shown that. And we have more than just our veer game. We've been able to get it on the
Right.
perimeter a lot more this year. And I
like that little lead option.
It is.
It's
It's
a
good
sweet little
stuff.
play,
It is.
yeah.
It is. And we've still got some stuff that we're kind of keeping in our back pocket. We just hadn't really needed to use it yet. But I think we've got some other things that we can get some of the kids that can run a little bit, get them on the perimeter, and get them going. And I think we're gonna have a chance to be pretty good offensively if we can just figure out who we are defensively. I think that'll help us in the long run.
Well, you might be a little short on defense, and like I said, we talked about the edge, and then you
Well, we still have
loaded up the edge. They're going to
we've
come
got
right
four
at you, right
sophomores.
down the center.
We've got
behind.
we've got a total of 6 sophomores getting reps on
Yes.
defense. And it's going to hurt us right now, but I think in the long run, when you're talking about the overall trajectory of the program, I think it's the same thing when we started Will as a sophomore. We knew that and Dre too.
Sure.
And now they're our best players. I think Tim West, Landon Thode, Gavin Sutherland, Cade Beagle, Caden Massey. You look up in 3 years, they're going to be pretty freaking good.
You've been pretty with those younger kids, Caden, Massey, and Beagle at the nose guard.
Yeah.
Has really held their own.
They have.
They're freshmen or sophomores?
They're sophomores.
Sophomores. They've been really impressive in that middle.
Well, they've been playing juniors and seniors.
I know Massey got a batted ball down by St. Louis.
But
pass.
it's better than it has been in the past. My first year we probably played 8 or 9 sophomores on either side of the ball, and we're not having to do that now. We've got a good mix of seniors, juniors, and freshmen, and I hope that, seniors, juniors, and sophomores, and I hope that trend continues. I don't think it's not a secret. We know what type of situation we're in with talent, and we're going to have to play young kids. If they're the best, then they're going to have to play for us.
Right.
But I hope it continues to get better to where you see more of a senior, junior laden team than what we've
15
kind
or
of
16 seniors.
Yes.
Don't graduate. Well, the way they're building houses around here, and I know that right where Delaney lives, they're all around him.
Moving out.
We've got to get some kids moving here. Get something off that CB base. But we've got a good core group. We've got something to build on, and you're building it. It's taken 3 years to get where you're at. The community's excited again, and we're having fun. Couldn't get another person, I believe, in the bleachers Friday night. Couldn't get another person in the tailgate. But they're already planning. I talked to Crystal Valentine and Shelby last night, SJ's mom and dad. And like I said, they want lights. They want a TV down there. I said, man, y'all need to go to the admin building and find out what's going on. Don't ask me anything. I'm the announcer. But it's fun to be in Long Beach and playing football and going to football games again. So my hat's off to you, doing a great job. Our coaching staff's doing a great job, and the kids are working hard. And we're like they play 4 quarters. We talk about it every week. You're carrying kids off the field. They play in 4 quarters.
That's right.
Till the end, till the last play is there. So we need to keep doing that. And we have Petal coming into town next week. Like I said, Petal University. Always call them. That's big time football up there, and they're coming in 3-1. So should be a big turnout again. I hope we pack the stadium and cheer the Bearcats on. And then we'll go to Laurel next week.
South Jones.
At South Jones. So
I think it's actually Ellisville.
Ellisville, that's right. It is Ellisville. Been there to the community college and the boys played. So we'll take a short break. I think we're going to get on the board. You two can get on the board. My favorite part of the show. Get me out of here. Get me shut up.
Then we'll let you
I'll tell
on
you
the
what
board
I'm gonna
after.
do. Y'all keep talking about how much I talk on this show. I'm going to interrupt you every time you're on the board just to show you that I do. We'll be right back.
Help support Long Beach School District's Bearcat Broadcast Network student production program. Use code 1622 to get $3 off of Rosalie Station's Best Car Wash, regularly $18, with code now only $15, while supporting our BBN students of LBTV, LBMTV, and HMETV. Rosalie Station is located at 96 Jeff Davis Avenue. So get a discount and support your Bearcat Broadcast Network. Again, code 1622. Thank you for supporting your Long Beach Bearcat Broadcast Network. Go Bearcats!
All right, people, I'm back again with Coach Massey, and we're doing the funnest part of the show, board time, chalk talk, although he doesn't know what chalk is. Me and Tony do. Coach, let's talk a little bit about when you want to push the ball down the field, not part of a passing progression where you got a deep guy as a blitz option, et cetera, but you want to get the ball down the field from the 20 yards or further. What kind of route combinations you can use against particular either 3 or 2 deep and your vertical and horizontal stretches?
So probably our biggest one whenever we want to push the ball down the field, like if we get in a 3rd and long situation, or like we did the other night.
Got to have something to call.
You got to have something to call. And I think there's no secret by now. Everybody knows that we like to throw it out of the gun. Will just feels a little bit more comfortable.
Sure.
But we'll just run, probably our favorite one for Will is our flood concept. And he has the deep out on either side. So like the other night,
So how deep are these?
The 10 to 12 yard outs, and it's all based off of leverage. It's based off of if they're man zone, if they're zone, they can round this off and speed cut it.
Right.
If it's man, they know to square cut it.
Him, yeah.
So we have this. We'll run the shoot by the tailback right here, and he's our flat control. So we're trying to put this flat area defender in conflict, and in high school and a lot in college, these guys love for some reason to jump those short flat routes, which opens up your deep 10 to 12 yard out right there. This is what we like to push the ball down the field with.
When you catch and run, it's not just a 10-yard catch. He's going to catch it and get it.
Yeah, he can. And we feel really good about Will, throwing that ball. He likes throwing that ball. He's comfortable throwing that ball. And it's important for, your quarterback to be comfortable and know what to do and where to go with the ball.
It's a harder throw than you think.
It is.
Going to a spot, setting your feet.
Probably I'm going to give you 2 more route combinations that we really like as far as like pushing the ball down the field. And it's another vertical read.
So you're vertical reading
stretch.
Regardless of coverage?
For the most part, yeah, we're going to read everything from the top down.
Yeah.
But our second favorite one is probably our post dig concept. Really didn't get to run it a lot the other night because we don't really like it against cover 3. We like it probably more against quarters.
Sure.
To put this guy, that safety in conflict. So, we're trying to get 2 vertical stretches by him. He's got to make a choice to go vertical there or come downhill, but there's your vertical stretch where you're stretching him either vertical here or vertical down here, and he's got to make a decision. Hey, am I going to jump the dig? Anytime you throw something in front of a high school kid, he's probably going to jump it.
He's going to stop and look for sure.
Yeah, we won a ball game whenever I was coaching at Amory. We were playing in the second round of the playoffs against Choctaw County, Ackerman Ware, when they consolidated. 20 seconds left to go. We had 80 yards to go. We ran this combination. Safety jumped the dig. We threw the post over the top. Kind of off of that.
What are you doing to hold any underneath here? Play action?
It just depends on what we've got. We will, run some type of play action. If our tight end's not in the game, then we will run, We call it a drag.
That's
All they
universal
do is
route.
they go their rule. We don't give them a yardage. You go behind the linebackers.
Make sure this guy knows you're coming.
That's right.
That's what we tell him.
Yep. We tell him to go behind the linebackers, so it should put him at 6 to 7 yards right there. Try to give them landmarks. But we do like running that off of play action. Probably the next one that we like to run off of the post. We try to do everything with some type of post on it, but we'll run, just your old school wheel right there.
It's been very good to you.
It has been good to us, and we'll run the wheel. We can run the wheel.
You bring him out the backfield.
We do.
You got Andre.
We do it every. We'll throw the wheel to the tight end. We've got that in. We'll throw the wheel to, an outside guy. We'll throw it to a slot. We'll throw it to a running back right there. I don't really know. A lot of guys would say that this is a vertical read. You're trying to stretch that corner, but really what we're trying to do once again is try to cross a high school kid's face right there and try to get him to go in on the post and then take a shot on the wheel. So
it only takes him one step the wrong direction. He's beat.
It is, and and we've done a lot of work because I personally like throwing the wheel the best. So even if they do get us in a situation where that corner gets over the top of that wheel, Brady knows, like, hey, we're going to throw, kind of a back, underthrow, a back shoulder, and they even know that, hey, look, if he gets deep right here, we're just going to throttle it down at 7 to 10 yards right there, just in case they do a good job in coverage.
Right. You do anything out of trips, Coach?
Haven't really done a whole lot.
A lot of times throwing teams like to give you an option to get deep because you got three guys making the move downfield.
When I was spread and we weren't running, the veer and whatnot, we would get in a lot of trip sets. And my favorite pass concept is probably 4 verts. I love it more
and that's
than anything.
I was hoping we'd get into that because that is probably the most common and yet most effective deep throw you've got. Anybody's got.
And the way I taught it is, look, we're going. Anytime you run 4 verts, you're trying to find a 2-on-1 matchup, and this is going to be.
And that's a pre-read for the quarterback. He pretty much is going to pick out which guy he's going to pick on.
Yes, it is going to be a post-snap read, but he's going to know where he's with a general idea where he's going.
Which safety he's going to stay.
That's right. Yeah. So this is where you get into your horizontal stretch. So we're trying to get him to chase one or the other right there.
Landmarks for him.
He's top of the numbers, and he's fading it to the bottom of the numbers.
These guys are hash.
They're hashes, and then he has the option to bend it if it is too high right here. Mm-hmm. So this safety, specifically if they're playing some type of read 2 or cover 2, we're trying to get a 2-on-1 matchup with this free safety here. We're going to occupy that safety. But he's going to have to make a decision. Am I going to get over the top of this fade where I'm fixing to leave the middle of the field open, or am I going to sit right here and then I'm going to have a 1-on-1 matchup with the corner right here? Depending, like it's not great against quarters, but if you can find a cover 2 team,
well, you can get a 1-on-1 at least.
Yes, you can.
The pros throw it a lot on Sunday.
Yes,
they throw it a lot on Sunday because this guy's in a real bind.
He is.
You don't realize, people realize when you're 25 yards down the field, that's a lot of ground to cover to get to the boundary to the hash.
But what's the beauty of this play is whenever you start to run it out of multiple formations, play action, motion into some sort of deal, and I love it. I really love it out of doubles right here because you can start doing some things. You can put the ball, one of my favorite ways to run it is put that ball into the boundary here. A lot of times you'll get these safeties, they'll overcorrect here into the boundary, and then we'll switch vert it right here where he's coming in here and he's bending it and then he's running the wheel here. But the biggest thing when you run your vertical concept is whoever's running your seam or your bender, you want to try to get them a free release. Yes. When you get a free release, you got a really good chance of success.
Ground in a hurry.
Yes, you can, and then you're going to, these backers or whoever's playing these flat defenders or your flat area defenders, their job is to keep hands on these guys as long as they can, so these guys in the secondary have time to decipher what's going on. When you start getting on these guys really fast, you're putting them into a situation where they have to make a decision quick, and then just hopefully your quarterback can think faster than they can and get them the football.
Quarterback's got space, too.
Yes.
When you're making that guy make a decision, the quarterback doesn't have to just stick it right on him. He can put it out there and let that guy go get it.
But, that's a great concept. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
We just don't have the personnel to run it here. You also have to have a guy that can really, put it on them right there.
You need protection, too, because
You
it's
do.
going to take
You
him a
do.
minute to throw. It's not like a quick release, and, you got no underneath to check down.
That's
to.
right.
You're just waiting
Yep.
on somebody to get deep.
But it is. It's a great concept. You see it at all levels: high school, college,
Sure.
NFL. The NFL's done a really good job of adapting. This is a Mike Leach concept from the air raid, and they've done a really good job of taking some of those concepts that he made famous in college, and now they're running those in the NFL.
All right, Coach, I appreciate it, and hope you got something out of this, people. Keep going back to the coaches show and watch just the coaches part, the board part, because you'll see the stuff start showing up, make you better at watching the game and understanding the game. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Help support Long Beach School District's Bearcat Broadcast Network student production program. Use code 1622 to get $3 off of Rosalie Station's Best Car Wash, regularly $18, with code now only $15, while supporting our BBN students of LBTV, LBMTV, and HMETV. Rosalie Station is located at 96 Jeff Davis Avenue. So get a discount and support your Bearcat Broadcast Network. Again, code 1622. Thank you for supporting your Long Beach Bearcat Broadcast Network. Go Bearcats!